Okay, I'm going to show you how to make the pumpkin first. And I'm using bandanas, and the reason is bandanas, they have such a pretty pattern on them. I love the pattern, and you can get them in all designs, colors, and they're very affordable. Because at Dollar Tree, you can get two a pack, which makes them 50 cents. And I also went to Walmart this morning, and they have their bandanas right now for 50 cents each. So I've got a couple from there that I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to just make a variation of colors, whatever your color scheme is or what kind of theme you're going for. And they even have red, white, and blue patriotic bandanas. I mean, we always need something patriotic to stick in with whatever decor we're doing, just to have that little patriotic memory or thought there. So the pumpkins I'm going to be using today, these were the foam pumpkins that you can get at Dollar Tree. They're the bright orange. They had them last year, and they've got them again this year. I had to refrain this year from buying more, but I bought so many of these last year. I had so much fun with them. I made a variety of like shabby chic with vintage jewelry and lace and all that, and put those out throughout my home, and I really enjoyed them. Well, I've just uncovered them this year to redo and make some, different ones, and to show y'all how to make them. And like I say, YouTube is full of really good YouTubes on how to make these. But I'm going to try to make mine put a little bit of different theme to it, just to kind of give you a different idea. And hopefully, I don't know if this has been done, but if it has, anyway, we're going to take the bandana, and basically you want to spray paint your pumpkin to cover up that bright orange, because when you use something this thin, that orange is going to bleed through it. So you just kind of want to spray paint it with something white or whatever color will look good with the fabric that you're using, so it don't bleed through. And then you want to take the top off of it, the stem, just take that off. And then you want to make sure your holes in the bottom and the top, you've got them drilled out good to where you can get your material scrunched down in. You don't want it too big, because you want your material, your fabric, to fit tightly over it so you can see the texture in the pumpkin. But then again, you don't want it so little to where you're just sitting there just, forcing it to go in. I watched a YouTube the other day of a lady was making them, and her pumpkins were beautiful. But she was very adamant about making her super tight. She didn't have her hole too big, very big, and she was sitting there with a pair of sharp scissors and was just going at it. And I was just sitting there the whole time stressed out watching her, just afraid she's going to jab herself with those sharp scissors. So anyway, you don't have to do it that tight. I mean, it's up to you if you want to put that much effort into it. But me, I don't. And I use the bluntest type object I can. So you can use scissors, but you're going to, I think it's a little bit more dangerous. And two, you're going to, take a chance of cutting your fabric too. So I just use a blunt screwdriver. But like I say, don't be afraid to make your hole a little bit bigger so you don't have to, stress over it. But anyway, just basically, just at one end, you just want to start taking your bandana like this and just start going around it, gathering it up, and just poking it in the hole. And that is just that easy. And just keep going around. And see, with my hole being large enough, see, I'm not having to, really force it in there. And a bandana is the perfect size for these pumpkins. And then you just want to, you can always go back afterward, and where you think it's not tight enough, you can always adjust. But anyway, then you see the bottom, since we're not going to have to poke anything in the bottom, because ours is closed up in the bottom. Like if you use the sleeve of a top where both of your ends are open, then you're going to poke through the bottom, and then you're going to poke through the top. But with a bandana, we're not going to have to do that. And then you just, like I say, get an object, some kind of, preferably with a blunt end, and then you just want to go through and just kind of push down where your fabric may not be tight. And you may have to take some of it out and just kind of readjust it and keep pulling it around till you get it tight enough, and just kind of work it that way. See, like this right here is a little bit loose, so I'm just going to kind of take that section out and just kind of go around like this and just keep pulling it tight and poking it down in there. And like I say, basically too, bandanas are real easy to work with because they're such a thin fabric. You can pretty much just do this with your finger. Okay, next we want to add our stem. And I love doing the stem part because I love going outside. And I was going to take you outside where I had them, but Ben is off today from work, so he's out chainsawing, so it's kind of noisy out there. So I just brought them inside. Just look around your yard. We have 6 acres of property, and we have some walking trails in the back of our home. So I love to go out there and just look on the ground, and you find all kinds of different shapes, twigs. I mean, the more crooked they are, to me, the better they look as a pumpkin stem. And I mean, you just find all shapes and colors, and so you just, and depending on the size of your pumpkin is the, you know, depending on the size of the stem, you'll want it bigger round for the bigger pumpkins, and you'll want something a little bit, you know, smaller for the smaller pumpkins. But this one, you know, just go with what you like, and then after we put the stem in, and we'll just like put it down in there, see how it fits and looks, and then when you decide on, you know, which stem you like the best, we'll hot glue it in, and then we'll start adding the embellishments to it. Okay, I chose my stem, and so far I haven't used any hot glue yet, but you can to secure it all down. I'm just still working this one, and for video and purposes, I may not glue it down because I may use things from some of them to another one, so I'm not going to glue them just yet. But what I did on this one was I took a vintage earring, clip-on earring that I bought at a yard sale. I have a lot of vintage jewelry that I bought at yard sales. So anyway, vintage jewelry works great. So I just started out, I like these little floral rosette things that you can get. You can buy them at Walmart in all different colors and variations, but you can also, a lot of times clothes and ladies' tops will come embellished with these. So, you know, you may be at a yard sale and see a top for, you know, $1 or $1. It may have a hole in it, and you may just throw it back. But if it's got embellishments on it, you could take the top home and take the embellishments off and use it in your crafts. And also old tops and stuff, we can rip those up, and like this right here, this is a ripped up piece of fabric. Just cut it with your scissors a little bit and then rip it, and the more frayed it is, the better it looks. And that's what I tied my raffia bow with, and I showed y'all how to make these in my pumpkin wreath video. They're super simple and easy to make, and then I just tied it with the little piece of rag fabric, and that kind of gives another little tail here to add a little bit more texture and color to it, because I'm kind of bringing out the white in the bandana. I also have some black ribbon, so if you prefer, you know, you could always put some black on it too, which black would probably look good with it also. And I think I'm going to embellish it with this little piece right here to make it, you know, look like that, and just put that in the center. Some other options, like I have mentioned, is, you know, old watch faces. This is the piece off of a drawer handle. The drawer handle sticks down in these little holes, but you could put that on there and even tie a ribbon through that and tie a bow in it. And I think that would be a pretty embellishment. So just, you know, just go through your things at home. Anything you've got laying around. This is an old brooch. Like if you wanted to make it more blingy, you could put that on it. So just use your imagination, look around your house, and you'll be surprised at the things you'll find that'll make it look really good. This piece here I'm about to use on this little bandana pumpkin. These are so cute. This is just a little bandana bib you buy at Dollar Tree, and you do it the same way that you do the other ones. And that little pumpkin come from the Dollar Tree. It had that orange velvet on it, and you saw how I removed the orange velvet and the stem, and then it gives you a little bit different size pumpkin, and it fits perfect with this little bandana bib, because you saw I showed you that you basically just want to cut. You want to just cut your back away from your front. And I left my ends on until I got it stuffed, just so I would have enough fabric, because I didn't know how it was going to work. And I cut the tag off. But it worked good. And as I went to twist down in there, I ended up cutting one of these off because it was going to be okay and I didn't need it. This one I left, and as you can see, when I got to the end, the way it tucked, it kind of made it look like a little stem. So I'm going to use that for my stem. But how cute is that? I mean, the back is white, but that's okay. I mean, I think it turned out really cute. So the little bandana bib in the baby section, get one of those with this little size pumpkin. And now I'm going to embellish it. And I don't know why, but sometimes this come off of a blanket I bought. And sometimes they'll come on comforters and sheet sets and stuff. And anyway, I don't know. I always save this. It's got Velcro on it, but all we have to do is go and cut the Velcro ends off of it. But I mean, it makes great lace and ribbon for stuff. So since it's kind of in the same color scheme as the gray, I'm going to put some gray on this one. So I'm just going to kind of rip this one up and make it kind of the raggy look, and put some embellishments on this little pumpkin.